Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 16. This is my review of the episode. I waited a while to make this video because, I watched it a while ago because it came out a week early, obviously, on AMC Plus, but I wanted to wait for it to come out for everybody because this is it's the mid-season finale, but it's kind of crazy to think about how episode 16 would typically be like the season finale, but not this season. It's the mid-season finale. Well, a little bit over mid-season, obviously, but yeah, I wanted to wait, so I made this video now. Hopefully, more people have seen it. Obviously, not everyone has seen it probably. So if you have not seen it, spoiler warning for this episode because this was a pretty big episode. We did have some big moments, so I don't want to spoil it for anyone or anything like that. So. Yeah, for those who have seen it, definitely let me know what did you think about it in the comments down below. Also, be sure to stay tuned for more Walking Dead videos. They released a little teaser for part 3, which is the final part of The Walking Dead. It's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, more on that later. So like I said, spoiler warning in case you have not seen episode 16 or you're not caught up with The Walking Dead. But yeah, let's get into it. This episode, obviously, we saw episode 15 end off with Lance giving Leah a mission to go take down Maggie. And yeah, there was a lot of fight scenes in this episode with the Commonwealth. It was nice to see, Pamela again. As much as the action of the show is great, there's certain characters who I feel like are not being or who we're not seeing as much as I would like to. Like Pamela is one of those characters. Like, hopefully we get to see more of her in the third part. Because we didn't really get to see much of her in the second part. There was a couple of scenes, but other than that, we didn't see much of her, which was a little bit disappointing. We saw a lot of Lance, and Lance was great. So, like I said, like Lance, he I guess recruited is the best way to put it. He recruited Leah and gave her a mission to take down Hilltop and Maggie. And the fight scenes in the Hilltop were really well filmed. I thought they used the slow-mo just right, like when Leah came out of the house. They took down Marco. That really sucked. And the way they filmed that, like, it just happened so quickly. So yeah, that definitely took me by surprise. And like I said, the way they filmed that Hilltop stuff was very intense. I was extremely nervous, because it was dark. We couldn't really see much, and then like I said, they just took out Marco. Like, I think it was Marco. They took him out like real quick, and then Leo was like walking outside, slowly, and then Lance was also there. And again, I've mentioned it a lot, so I won't keep saying it. But Lance is like his facial expressions are terrifying. That look he has. Josh Hamilton is doing such a great job playing Lance. And then Leah, Maggie went in the woods. They kind of split up, and Leah was really only after Maggie, and that was very intense. Also, I was definitely getting some, horror movie vibes from it. Like it was very scary. The sound effects, the music, it was great. Like there was that one scene I think where like Maggie like sort of walked off camera, and then you saw Leah in the background, and they had that classic horror movie sound effect. So yeah, great stuff there. Also. Lots of build up, and then Leah did end up capturing Maggie, and this. Well, I guess we should talk about. Well, I don't want to. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. But and then Leah did capture Maggie, and those scenes were great. Like the talking scenes were really, really great when Maggie was tied up and Leah was just being absolutely brutal. And yeah, seeing those scenes in the cabin, with Leah and Maggie, that really made me. Those are great scenes, and it really made me wish they played up this rivalry because, yeah, I was getting like almost like Negan and Rick vibes. I was getting like Michonne and Governor vibes from that. Just like what I mean. Like when they have like two characters who are obviously really like there's groups who are against each other, but then within the groups there's always like these two characters that are like really against each other. You know what I mean? Like Negan and Rick, like I said, and then Michonne and the Governor. Because they have like a history. that goes like just beyond two groups who are against each other. They have like a personal beef or whatever, like I feel like they could have, seeing that scene now in hindsight, I was thinking about it. I was like, they should have really played this more, that feud between Maggie and Leah, because I think this moment would have had a much bigger impact, because Leah was gone for such a long time, like a really long time. And I mean, looking back in season 11 part 1, like, yeah, sure, they did have, they were feuding, Maggie and Leah, I'm sure. But just because Leah was gone for so long, that sort of died down, and then she just came back in this final episode, and then we had that amazing sequence between Maggie and Leah. If they played it more throughout the season, like let's say like Leah joined the Commonwealth and met Lance like maybe a few episodes ago, I feel like it would have had a much bigger impact. So that's like my main. So I mean, that's like a complaint I have about a great scene. So like, just in hindsight, like, it was a great scene, a great sequence, and I loved it. But yeah, great stuff there. But we did end up seeing Daryl taking down Leah, which I kind of saw happening because they have a history also. But even that, like, they had a history. Like, they had that whole episode in the extra 6 episodes that we got in season 10. Like, I feel like they could have even played that up a little bit more. Like, what they did was, like, story-wise, it was great, but I feel like they could have just played it up more, or just because I feel like it didn't have as much impact that it should have had. You know what I mean? Like, looking at it on paper, like Daryl killing Leah, like, that should have had a much bigger impact than what we got in this episode. But then again, I guess looking back, and I think it was the episode 8 of season 11. Where they did have that scene where he let her go. So I guess you could use that as a more impactful scene between the two of them. But still, I just feel like this episode was really, really good, and it could have had a much bigger impact though if they did things a little bit differently throughout the season. But now we can see that the group is the Commonwealth and the Hilltop. Their group, Maggie and Daryl's group, like, they're really on complete opposite sides now. I think the part C will be like a full-on battle between them, which will be really interesting because we still have some people at the Commonwealth. Like, I wonder what's going to happen to them, because now Lance is like, okay, your people turned on me. Like, what's going to happen to the people at the Hilltop, right? That's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, overall, this was a really, really, really great episode. I really loved it, especially the Leah and Maggie stuff. And overall, a great part B, I'm very, very excited for part C. It is the final part. We have Commonwealth stuff, and then they're going to have to wrap up the show. I have no idea, how that's going to happen. But we're going to have many conversations about that coming up. I'm not going to get into it right now, obviously, since this is just a review of episode 16. But yeah, let me know, what did you think about the episode? I'm definitely interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. As far as this video goes, I am going to wrap it up there, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.